into slavery. Now, I'm not going to pick any bones here. I'm going to say directly to those audiences out there, you have sold your children and your grandchildren into slavery if you have not gotten back our republic within 2 years' time. I was told that. If only I could somehow say it, McCain was their man. But they're not divine. And the American people said, we don't want McCain. And it has caused them a lot of problems. The elite do have trouble. The elite had a problem with who was put in as president. The elite are not divine. They don't always win. They may not keep this timeline perfectly, but these are their plans, and this is what they intend to do. They have some problems with the president that was elected in the place of McCain. Don't you bother that president. Anybody out there in this viewing audience, anyone listening to this DVD, don't you dare touch that president. You let him alone. Don't you lay a hand on him. He'll take care of himself in short order.
Yeah.
You can't take a republic and turn it into a socialistic system overnight as quickly as is being attempted to do without him destroying his own self. It's not our business. It's God's business to take things into His hands. It is not our business to take things into our hands. But it is our business to do something about the Congress and the Senate, and we can do it because they're coming up for election shortly. So I'd like to ask you a question. Would you like to work for a company who had the following employees? Now think for a moment. Would you want to go to office? Would you like to go to work every day and have to live with these people? 29 have been accused of spousal abuse. 7 have been arrested for fraud. 19 have been accused of writing bad checks. 117 have directly or indirectly bankrupted at least 2 businesses.
Wow.
3 have done time for assault. 71 cannot get a credit card due to bad credit. 14 have been arrested on drug-related charges. 8 have been arrested for shoplifting. 21 are currently defendants in lawsuits. 84 have been arrested for drunk driving in the last year. Would you like to work for a company like that?
I don't think so, no.
Can you guess who this company is? It is the United States Congress.
I thought you'd say that.
535 members, and it's time that we clean house.
America's in trouble.
2 years. There is a timeline. That's all you've got. There's no more left. You do something in 2 years or you've had it. I thought I must end this up with some comedy. There's no way I can leave you right now in the condition you're in. Now, the other 2 DVDs, they will elaborate. The second DVD, I'm going into money. The whole DVD is on money. What they're doing, how they're doing it, why the price of oil is staying at $70 a barrel. Oh, this is startling. Saudi Arabia. You've got to hear this. And in number 2, I deal with nothing but money. So after this one, please watch number 2. But don't watch number 2 before you hear number 1, because you have to hear the background to all of this. Now, I had to end it up with something comical. A DEA officer stopped at a ranch in Texas. You can guess this one already. And talked with the old rancher standing out front. He tells the rancher, I have need to inspect your ranch for growing drugs. The old rancher says, okay, but do not go in that field over there, and he points in that location. The DA officer verbally exploded, saying, Mister, I have the authority by the federal government with me. Reaching into his pants pocket, he removes his badge and proudly displays it before the farmer. See this badge? This badge means I am allowed to go anywhere I want to go, anywhere I wish, on anybody's land in this country. No questions asked. You understand? The old farmer shook his head, politely, the apology, and he said, yes, go ahead. And he apologizes and goes on about his chores. Short time later, the old rancher heard loud screams as the CEA officer, running from the field, chased real close behind by the farmer's prize bull. He told him not to go in that field. With every step, the bull is gaining ground on the officer, and it seems like he'll get him before he reaches the fence. And the officer is clearly terrified. The old rancher throws down his tools, runs over to the fence, waving his arms and shouting to the top of his lungs, "Your badge! Your badge! Show him your badge!"
Like the bull's not going to understand, yes.
I think it's about time for us to clean house. Yeah. And the only way that we'll ever get back our republic is to take action and take it immediately. Because I have been told by the elite that we have 2 years. And they said at the end of 2 years you will be so poor. Now they have this planned. Inflation, devaluation of the dollar, all of these things. He said within 2 years' time you'll be so poor you will not have the ability to rise up against the elite. If you want to have a meeting somewhere, you want to go to a rally, you won't have the money to buy the airline ticket. You won't be able to do the things you want because they will have made you that poor so that you can't. Within 2 years' time, it's all over. According to their timetable, if they meet their timetable, we've got 2 years, or we will have signed the warrant of slavery for our children and our grandchildren and our great-great-grandchildren, and they know they have it made, they think they have it in the bag, and they believe that they've been able to remove the morals and the God and the principles of life that have made America great to the point that they now can fulfill that total control program. Joe Smith started out the day early, set his alarm clock, made in Japan, for 6 a.m., while his coffee pot, made in China, was perking. He shaved with his electric razor, made in Hong Kong. He put on his dress shirt, made in Sri Lanka, designer jeans, made in Singapore, and tennis shoes, made in Korea. After cooking his breakfast in his new electric skillet, made in India, he sat down with his calculator, made in Mexico, to see how much he could spend today. After setting his watch, made in Taiwan, to his radio, made in India, he got in his car, made in Germany, filled his gas from Saudi Arabia, and continued discouraging and fruitless day checking his computer, made in Brazil, pursued himself a glass of wine at the end of the day, made in France, turned on his TV, made in Indonesia, and wondered why he couldn't find a good-paying American job in America.
Lindsay, I think you have brought some very, very powerful things to light here. And I just want to encourage all of you out here, get all of these DVDs and get them in the hands of all of your friends. Because the things he's talking about here, this is not fairy tales. These are things that you can count on. Lindsay, I appreciate you being with us.
God bless you, Stan, for allowing me to be in your studio today.